Sweden has produced quality engineers for generations, and a testament to their ingenuity was the country's tank destroyers, which recently made their debut in World of Tanks. Filled with eclectic vehicles, the Top TD really is one of a kind. Also arriving with these new vehicles are new mechanics, travel, and siege modes. The TD branch deviates from the STRV FM21 light tank. The first tank destroyer is waiting at Tier 2, and its name isn't an easy one. The Panzerfernluftvernbahn FM42, or PVLVV FM42 for short. Playing it is like taking off a heavy winter coat. You become lighter, quicker. This is a small, agile, and maneuverable vehicle. But these features come at the price of poor view range and lack of armor. This TD also features decent gun variants and low detectability. If you have experience in playing this type of vehicle, the PVLVV FM42 won't surprise you. All the standard tank destroyer tactics work well with it. The Tier 3 tank destroyer is the IKV-72. The vehicle still has thin armor and a short view range, but its mobility, available guns, and small dimensions will cheer you up. The Swedish Tier 3 tank destroyer has an even lower profile than the Tier 2 one. The IKV-72 boasts the best concealment of all vehicles in the game. Long live the new king. This accolade was previously held by the French Renault UE-57, also a tank destroyer, also at Tier 3. To crown it all, this Swedish vehicle enjoys an excellent gun depression angle, 12 degrees. This allows it to take some unusual firing positions. The next vehicle is the SAV M43, a machine without significant drawbacks and sweeping advantages. Its weaknesses are short view range, poor HP, and virtually no armor on the sides. However, the frontal armor isn't bad for this tier and vehicle type. Strengths include mobility, a small profile, and a good selection of guns. Here you'll have to think about which gun you want to install. You either sacrifice high damage per shot and take the accurate 75mm gun with good penetration capability, or you pick the 105mm cannon and deal 3 times as much damage, but not all the time because its penetration and accuracy aren't as reliable. The vehicle's gun depression angle has become even better, 14 degrees, so it can successfully make use of terrain. In the middle of the branch, you'll find the IKV-103. On the surface, it looks like the IKV-72. Its drawbacks are the same too, armor and view range. This is also true for its strengths, small profile, great mobility, and a high gun depression angle. One thing is unusual though, there are only heat shells in its ammo rack. The velocity of these shells is pretty slow, so you'll have to get used to that, but their penetration capability doesn't reduce with distance. The next vehicle in the branch is the IKV-65 Alt-2. Among Tier 6 tank destroyers, it has the highest reverse speed, 20 kilometers per hour. Other than that, this vehicle doesn't have any unique characteristics. It's a typical compact Swedish TD with poor armor and health, but it's agile, very fast, and sports an excellent gun. This vehicle can reach a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. Only the Hellcat is faster. The IKV-90 Type B, the last vehicle of the branch with familiar mechanics. However, its exterior already bears a resemblance to the top Swedish TDs. Usually, a cabin in the rear creates problems, as it seriously impairs the elevation and depression angles. But not here. The IKV-90 Type B is an exception to the rule. Its gun mounting doesn't affect performance. It has decent specifications for its type, tier, and nation. It's a delicate and quick machine with a good gun. You can apply standard tactics on the battlefield in this vehicle. However, standard is no way to describe our next 3 vehicles. The UDES-03, STRV-1030, and STRV-103B. These machines possess unique gameplay features and are incomparable with any other vehicles except themselves. Let's review their specifics. These TDs have 2 modes, travel and siege. The first is for fast movement. The second is for effective firing. In the first mode, the vehicle is agile and maneuverable. It has a high maximum speed. In this mode, forward speed is comparable to reverse speed. The STRV-103B can reach 50 and 45 kilometers an hour, respectively. You don't need to waste time turning around to escape. And with that, we've run out of positives. So let's look at some things to be wary of. In travel mode, you can't alter the gun elevation angle. It's fixed. For horizontal movement, the hull moves too. When you fire, the dispersion is enormous, SPG-like. It's extremely difficult to hit anything. Compared to this, direct firing from an SPG is a sniper's job. Everything changes when you press X. In a couple of seconds, the vehicle becomes completely different. Forward and reverse movement slows to a crawl, but now you can shift the hull up and down together with the gun. And the gun takes on excellent characteristics in accuracy and aiming and reload time. The main tactic of top Swedish TDs is ambush. Even small cover will be enough to hide them. These vehicles are low and have a good profile. They're the best for their tiers, in fact. The STRV-103B at Tier 10, STRV-1030 at Tier 9, and the UDES is the least detectable Tier 8 vehicle in the game. Apart from that, the camouflage net and binocular telescope work in siege mode, even if you turn the hull. In general, the Swedes have all the abilities needed to make full use of their guns, which are quick-firing and have high penetration values for standard shells. Of course, at close range, on the march, or lacking proper cover, Swedish high-tier TDs are almost helpless, but they are formidable opponents from a distance. What comes to mind after looking at Swedish TDs is that branch research will be anything but dull, and the main course awaits players at the top tiers. That's all for now. Take these new vehicles for a spin. Good luck in battle.